Selling options during a market correction is quite literally terrifying. I think we can all agree. However, there is a smart approach to do it that I want to be sharing with you in today's video. And if you drop a comment down below, you're also going to get my Deadly Sins of Option Seller guide completely for free, no strings attached. All you need to do is drop a comment down below on today's video, and I'll send it to you. And while you're down there, please hit that like button and that subscribe button. And of course, I hope you're having an absolutely God-blessed day. Guys, we are gearing up into an extremely volatile week across the board right now. We have some big earnings obviously being reported this week with Palantir. Obviously today we've got PayPal, Pfizer, Merck, one of my favorite Ark Options Strategy stocks, Google, QCOM, Snapchat, Amazon, MSTR, Reddit. The list goes on and on and on. Now, with that said, we have a ton of volatility in the market right now that is creating lots of opportunity for us. Obviously, one of the big ones for me that I'm paying attention to this week is SoFi. However, when we look at SoFi, currently trading at 22.81, right, we are now nearing towards our 200-day moving average and really testing it. Now, even another stock, if we look at quickly here on ArkPicks.com, Netflix, right, absolutely getting beat its butt down below its 50-day moving average of $94. 200-day moving average of $112, 300-day moving average of $106. How do you play this? Do we just continue to dump into this stock until it doesn't dump anymore? What's the right and smart way to play it? So let's talk about it in today's video. So let's talk about firstly Netflix, because the past two videos I've talked about my SoFi play. You can go watch those past two videos. But today we're going to be talking about Netflix a little bit more on the ideal way if you are looking to sell put options on a stock or really in a market that is extremely elevated with volatility. So let's go over the shoulder. So first and foremost, we need the stock that we have high conviction in. Listen, never sell a put on a stock that you don't believe in. When you sell a put option, you are saying you're willing to buy 100 shares of a stock. The way I kind of ease the fears of this, guys, is I quite literally assume I had to buy it. Like literally, I just assume when I sell a put option, let's say at $80 in this trade idea right here, selling a put option for $80 for 32-day expiration, March 6th, $8,000 of collateral right there. I'm collecting $161 of premium for a 2% return on collateral. Obviously not financial advice, just pulling off the chain of what we're seeing here right now. I assume I own 100 shares of Netflix. That eases the burden. A lot of you like to go into the, a little bit higher risk, very volatile stuff that's giving you 5, 6, 7% return on your collateral. And yes, those are elevated premiums. Those premiums, that is not free. You are taking on a massive risk, okay? So you want to make sure that the first and foremost, number one golden rule of selling put options is you're comfortable owning that stock. A stock like Netflix, I am very bullish on long term. I think, there's a lot of news wrapped up with the company. And if we scroll down here on ArkPicks, we can actually get the full news wrap up and story on what it means to us option sellers and what, all of this news actually means for us, and then making educated decisions for ourselves. But for me, I love Netflix. I've sold put options before on Netflix. So let's go take a look at the actual options chain on Netflix, right? Now let's go over to Netflix right here. And let's just assume, right? Let's just assume that you sold a put option on this before and you got assigned, let's say at $85. Obviously it's currently trading at 80, or let's just say $83 for simple math. Now, what's the next step? Well, number one, the first thing we want to do when we get assigned a put option is immediately put our shares to work as best as we can. Now, if you got assigned at like 100 or something like that and it dropped down to 83, you may have a difficult time, right? So if we go to sell a call and we go 32 days out to March 6th, right, and we look at some of the call options that we have here, right, there's really not much juice here, right? In these kind of cases, I will wait for a little bit more of an uptrend. Obviously, Netflix has been getting beat, really its butt beat down here for quite a bit of time now, but I will wait for a little bit of recovery before just dumping in and into a covered call where my return is really flat. Like, for example, here on the 95s, I'm only collecting what? $30 of premium on this specific trade, $35 of premium on locking up $8,000 worth of Netflix shares, or let's say $9,000 worth of Netflix shares. To me, that return on collateral isn't worth it. And you can always verify this by going into our covered call calculator, guys. So all these calculators are free for you. Let me move this out of the way here. All these calculators are free. Just attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. It'll be the first link in the description of today's video. But like in this example, right, like if I did this trade, I'm collecting $35, right? $35 on my strike of the option, say 95. Let's say I was assigned at 90, just for sake of this example. Right, I'm getting a 0.39% return in a month, right? Like, not personally worth it. I would just wait for the recovery. But this is why usually if you pick good stocks, not always the case, but usually when you will usually be assigned closer to the current market value of the stock. So immediately, I like to immediately go and do the covered calls. That way I lock in something at least closer to that 2% return on collateral. Obviously not financial advice, results vary. It depends on what your risk tolerance is on how you're executing these trades. But going back to selling puts, this is my way of dollar cost averaging. When I sell a put, I'm essentially lowering my cost basis. Now, sometimes with my covered calls, I will factor the premium into the cost basis, but honestly, I don't like to do that, to be honest with you. Only if I'm really trying to get out of a stock will I factor the premium I've collected along the way into the cost of this stock. And the reason for that is I look at stocks as an asset. When I sell options, when I step into the market and I sell options, I am simply focused on making my asset work for me, similar to a rental property, right? I bought the rental property for $100,000. I rent it out for $1,000 a month, right? Like I'm looking at that. Like that's it. Now, of course, we can lower that cost basis as we collect rent or more, mortgage. And like, again, you can do the same exact thing. You can theoretically lower your cost basis to zero if you continue to run the strategy and you literally never get assigned. I mean, it's not likely, but it is possible. You could theoretically get your cost basis down to zero, but that's not the way I focus on it. I'm more focused as an income investor. So for me, I just like to look at it as, hey, I bought this for $8,000 and I'm putting it to work. Okay. That way I'm completely separating the asset from the income. Is that right? Is that wrong? I don't know. Listen, I just like to do that way because I'm focused on as an income investor and making my assets work for me, not like a buy and hold portfolio. Now I do have a buy and hold portfolio. I buy, stuff every single week. Vanguard stuff. But let's get back into Netflix here. So in this case, I would continue to sell puts. It's as simple as that. Like I would go back and sell puts, and this is where I would kind of scatter step them. I've mentioned this a few times in the past few videos, but this is an important concept to understand. I will scatter these out. I'm not going to just go in 32 days. I may go and be like, okay, you know what? As long as there's no catalyst, obviously go check your earnings date. It's nice with Ark Picks. We can scroll down here and we can go quickly see what our earnings date is. There will be an added feature here that just flags earnings date as well, because I don't personally like to have my options contracts expire during earnings for reasons that we've seen this past week and you will see this week. Great earnings, SoFi drops. Like great guided SoFi. Literally, earnings don't mean crap. That's why I don't take it. It's insane, right? Anything can happen. It doesn't even matter. It's wild. But with that said, let's go back to our Netflix options chain, right? So in this case, let's say I go about 2 weeks out. We'll just go February 20th. So in this case, I would ladder step my way down. Let's say I want to open 2-3 contracts of this. I'm not just going to dump 2-3 contracts into this. I'll go to a delta of obviously a few share prices down within what I've been assigned. So if I'm assigned at let's say, 90 here, right? I may go down to the 80s. I may do the 82s. Now, this is where I'll start looking at the delta, and I'll still want to be, for the most part, conservative here. So delta of a 0.25 is what I'd probably go with, right? So in this case, let's see. And then, of course, return on collateral I have to be getting a decent return on collateral. So here, I'd collect $90 of premium. Let's go to our cash secured put calculator. Again, free at the end of the Ark Options Strategy workshop, first link. So I'm collecting $90 of premium. I'm locking up, what am I locking up? $8,000. I mean, I can have $8,000 on this specific trade, right? And I'm collecting a 1.13% return in about a 2-week period. You have to make that decision for yourself, right? 18-day expiration, annualized 22%. Obviously, you're not going to get this annualized, but I like to look at that for rolling purposes and buying to close out early and stuff like that. But I like to at least get 2% a month. That's my usual goal for myself, is getting at least 2% a month on these trades. Otherwise, I will I'll just buy, indexes and let them sit, So obviously I want to do my best to get as best a return as possible for the risk I'm taking. So in this specific case, I may do it, I may not. This one's a little not too aggressive for me, to be honest with you. I may end up doing the 81s in this case, because in this one, I'm getting about $120 of premium. And obviously, I'm locking up about $100 more. So I'm locking up $8,100 here, but I'm collecting, what did we say? Let's just say 120 in this specific example, $120 in premium, and I'm getting a little bit closer to that 2% mark, and that's in an 18-day period, roughly around a little over 2% a month, and further lowering my cost basis. So if I did one contract there, and I want to continue moving, because lowering my cost basis, and I want to deploy more capital, I'm not going to do like 2 contracts here, right? What I'll do is I'll ladder step down and then do a 30-day mark. Or I may even go out further, like a 46-day mark. But that's where I really, really stop. I don't like to go past 45 days. It's just not worth it in my opinion. Way too much can happen at that point. But with the 32-day, I like the 30-day, especially for beginners. Now, for example, here I would try to get below this $81 strike price and still have a good return. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see the 79s, right? So it's a couple strikes down, or even the 78s, right? 78s are not going to give me really a great amount of premium, right? Just about, let's say, $100 of premium. So let's go $7,800. We're locking up $7,800. We're locking up $100 of premium, right? Not really worth it considering it's a 32-day to expiration. And this is how I play with this. I start kind of like mapping this kind of like ladder out for myself to see, hey, what makes sense for my personal risk tolerance? In this case, I'm like, I don't really like that. Like, that's not really worth it in my opinion. And I scroll up, I'll go to the 79s. I'm like, okay, that's a 25 delta, not super aggressive here. Our premium is going to be about 125. Let's put 125 here. So a little bit more. 125, we're locking up $7,900 in this case. Okay, 1.5% still 30. It's a 32 to expiration. Still not really worth it in my opinion. For me personally, it may be worth it for you. Do your research. In this case, okay, I'll be like, okay, well, how about the 80s, right? 80s. Okay, now I'm getting towards my 30 delta range I like to be. I'm collecting $100 and let's say $60 of premium in this specific case, 160, right? So 160, and then I'll collect 8,000, right? And that gets me right at my 2% mark where I would like to be. But in this case, I'm really not even that far off from this one. And sometimes that's the case. But I may go back there and be like, hey, okay, so if I got the 80s in 30 days, okay, and I got the 81s here, right? I may be more aggressive on this one, so I'm not so close. I may do like the 8200s here to collect more premium, so it evens out a little bit more. But in this specific case, I'm personally hitting my targets, and that's the way I would kind of leverage, when a market's correcting itself slightly to further lower my cost basis. But this all hinders on you actually still believing in the stock, because if you don't believe the stock, selling puts into it isn't a really good idea in my opinion, right? Assume assignment, right? Always assume assignment, especially with stocks that you don't want to just go and find them on YouTube. Like for me right now, a big part of my week is going to be selling puts on SoFi because it's gotten into this extremely oversold territory that we don't often always see, right? We're testing our 200-day moving average, which we have not been in quite a bit of time, and then obviously testing our 300-day moving average. And in pre-market right now, we are a bit down here on SoFi. So this is how I play it, okay? I size small, right? And that's relative, but then I spread my risk across multiple strike prices as well as across multiple days to expiration. Guys, don't forget, if you want my premium calculators here to help you out, as well as my trade log template, attend the Ark Options Strategy workshop. It's 90 minutes long. At the very end, I give you all of these calculators completely for free. It's funny. I actually see a bunch of you, a couple of you in here. 3 of you are in here watching the trade log template, getting your Monday started. So you'll get this trade log template. And if you want to download it, obviously make sure you click File and make a copy. You cannot edit this. I tried to explain that here, but somehow that question always gets asked. So first link in the description of today's video. I give it to you at the very end. Remember, guys, sell options, collect premiums, repeat. I'll see y'all tomorrow.